What's up, Jonah? Talk about resistance on a day where it takes me almost the entire day to get back to responding to your video. Yikes. What's up, everybody? It's Saturday, Sunday. Sunday? Sunday. What's up, everybody? It's Sunday, May 17th, and today marks my, what is this, the fifth day? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, fifth day. Wow, I'm really nailing these numbers today. Anyhow, I hope it's been a really great weekend for you and everyone at home. I've been having a really nice and actually surprisingly relaxing weekend. I'm quite a busybody and I'm always running around the house, and so I actually haven't been doing that. Plus, it's supposed to rain this whole week and I'm super excited about that because I don't have to water my lawn. In fact, speaking of my lawn, let me show you. I told you a couple days ago that one of the main things that's been keeping me going has been working on doing stuff outside, working on my lawn, grass, planning for like upcoming landscape stuff. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely need to show you guys the tiki bar, another little project I got going on the house, but it's just been a little hard. I've had a lot of little things going on with the business. I've got all this, wow, this sounds a lot like resistance. Wasn't that your question for me yesterday? Just kidding, I know that's what it was. That's right, Jonah, I know for a fact that resistance is a huge part of playing into creativity, and I know that because I'm pretty sure I introduced you to even the phrase resistance. And I didn't come up with that. I in fact got it from an author, Steven Pressfield, who wrote a book about being an artist and overcome what he calls resistance. Mr. Pressfield talks about this idea of resistance as the sort of force that stops all of us in any creative endeavor or anything that requires effort or growth. Whether you're trying to do a diet, whether you're trying to work on your house, or whether you're trying to do a piece of art, a piece of writing, you name it, that will invoke what he calls resistance. And resistance comes in all kinds of forms. Resistance is things like food, resistance is, intimacy, resistance is people, time, activity. Resistance often even makes sense. It's like, oh, if I just sleep in this morning, I'll be more productive at work, it'll be great. And we all know that's total BS. It's never the case. Resistance is a funny thing, but I have to agree with you. Anytime that you learn what resistance feels like in your own life, it makes it really easy to use both fear and resistance as a moral compass to show you which direction you probably should go. Kind of afraid of taking that leap. I'm kind of afraid of trying that project. I don't know if I'm really ready to do that thing just yet. It's like, this is a clear indicator it's exactly what you should be doing. And I know that's true for myself. I find myself being really resistant and I need to figure out a way to push past that. And on that, talk about this channel. I'd already posted 2 videos. I was looking at getting you to post a 3rd video, and when that didn't really manifest, you didn't feel the momentum, and then that lack of momentum kept me from even producing my videos. And then we ended up in this weird place where it was just like, oh, well, for 2 weeks we didn't really post anything on the YouTube page. Then I thought to myself, okay, I'm feeling the resistance, Jonah's feeling the resistance. Maybe there's somewhere we can lean in and really give ourselves the ability to keep forward momentum going. Even today, it was like I wanted to get going with the video, and as soon as I turned it on this morning, the battery was dead. And so then I got to let it charge, and then because it takes like an hour or so to charge, I didn't really get to jumping on the video as fast as I wanted to. And then here I am almost through the day, and it's like, oh gosh, I'm gonna miss today's video, aren't I? And it hasn't even been a week, and I know I was making fun of Jonah. It's gonna be me, but it's not gonna be me. Not today. Anyways, I just feel like resistance is absolutely something that every artist and really every person in general should really come to know and identify. And if you haven't seen this book, again, it's called The War of Art. It's written by Steven Pressfield. You might know him as the man who wrote The Legend of Bagger Vance. Maybe you don't, I did. And it is an incredible and easy read. You can listen to it in a few hours on audio, and it really can take you an afternoon to read. It's like not even 300 pages. It's super fast. And I'm telling you, some of those chapters are like 4 paragraphs, 5 sentences. Really though, what it does is, instead of having some grandiose image of like, oh, this is what it means to be an artist, and feeling like somebody's talking down to you and trying to tell you about how I've got the secret sauce that if you just buy my book, I'll tell you how to do it. It feels a lot more like a battle-hardened warrior coming back and being like, do you want to know what it is? Do you want to know what it looks like so you're ready to face it when you take it on yourself? It feels way more like that than it feels like some awful self-help lecture. Which, oh my gosh, speaking of, let's never let this channel turn into awful self-help videos where we're just like, do you want to know how to get balanced? I mean, I know me and you are super into like taking care of ourselves, meditation. I do those 2-hour float tanks. but please, let's never elevate ourselves to that level. So I guess that's a really good question for me then. I know I just gave you this whole story about even how today I felt that, or how this video channel in general kind of came up with some resistance, and how we found a way to not just push through it, but also like change our game plan so that we weren't too rigid in our thinking, which, speaking of, I'll talk to you all about what I think about how to get into creative thinking on maybe one of my next videos. But in this instance, I want to know, Jonah, when was a time outside of this experience that you felt resistance, and how you kind of got through that and were able to recognize, one, that the resistance was actually an indicator that you should push harder through it, and two, what gave you the ability to actually push through it in the end, and how did it turn out? And I'd love to hear a story, especially maybe one that I wasn't involved with, because that would be really interesting for me to hear and learn a little bit more about you. All right, Jonah, I think that's it for me. Again, my big question for you guys at home is, what's a specific time that you actually experienced like the realization that you were being resistant to something you knew was good for you, but then figured out a way to not only push past it, but also creatively work around it and bring new meaning? And how did it turn out? I'd love to hear. I'd really just love to see more of you guys engaging with us, because Jonah and I love community. We would love for you to be a part of ours, and we would love to interact with you even when we're not doing these videos, whether that's through the community here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. We would love to have a discussion and have you a part of our community. Community is absolutely the cornerstone of Jonah and I's business, and we would love for you to continue to contribute to ours, and we would love to be able to give back to yours as well, whether that's through advice, through information, or just through entertainment. Well, I'm gonna leave you with that. Check the link down below for Steven Pressfield's book, and some links to our social media, stuff like that, if you want to get engaged with us. And I look forward to seeing your comments down below, and or on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever else you're seeing this. I hope you guys are staying safe. Stay creative.